Man, the Naruto anime aired in 2002? God, we're getting old. Ayo guys, so it's been 20 years since the Naruto anime has aired, and Studio Period, how do you pronounce that? Well, anyways, I'm dumb, so let's move on. And to celebrate for the anniversary, they released a cool promotional video, Road of Naruto. I think it's a strange name, I don't really like it. Why not call it something else like The Legacy of Naruto or Naruto's Journey, or let me know if that just sounds lame too. But the promo video has a bunch of major moments from the anime reanimated, and it looks pretty clean, and the fans are frothing from the mouth seeing these new updated scenes, and they are screaming and begging for a remake now. I mean, who can blame them? It looks pretty. I mean, I've been watching the One Piece anime, and the Wano arc's animation has been amazing. It really makes you think how amazing a One Piece remake would be with this kind of animation. And now in fall 2022, we are getting new Bleach with the 1000-Year Blood War arc, and that is also gonna have a shiny new coat to go along with it, so Bleach is gonna look better than ever. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get a new train of hype for Bleach to get a remake anime for the original series. I won't be surprised if we don't, but I really expect that we will. But would they all really look all that much better? Think about it. Look at the comparison with the Naruto video. Some scenes do look a lot cleaner, have shiny new effects, but the original is still as iconic since the day it came out, and it still looks great in my honest opinion. And yes, we're comparing scene to scene with a fight scene, and of course studios are going to pay a lot more attention to fight scenes and make sure those look the best, but it's not like a remake anime will make every scene look perfect. There's going to be, there's going to be some time crunches where some scenes will not get the same attention as a fight scene. But let's also look over at Bleach. I mean, it first aired in 2004, and I'd say that it still holds up great, but One Piece is the one that probably looks the most dated from the big three. I mean, the original anime run did start in 1999. A lot of you kids were still swimming in your dad's balls by then. And I'm not trying to say that One Piece looks bad because it's dated, it just is the oldest from the big three. Early One Piece just has this charm of how long it's been going on and how it's remained peak for so many years. Every time you see a 4x3 One Piece episode, it just shows you how far this show has come. Right here, you can just probably play an older One Piece episode and then have Adam Sandler being like, you see this is history being made, clip right here. And yes, the new animation is really nice, but the major reason for the cries for a remake is of course for filler. And sure, yeah, you can skip out on the filler episodes, but some canon episodes has some filler mixed in with it. Some people might like it, some people will dislike it, but one thing that we can't escape just like death is pacing. The long stare downs, the long recaps, and having to show everyone's reactions to every move, all of these tricks from these studios trying to stuff their pants to elongate these episodes. Pacing is a very necessary evil for these studios because when these animes were airing, they would get so close to the manga, and if they were to do that, we will run out of original content. So that would mean a lot more filler episodes, but I would argue that I'd rather have filler episodes because I can just ignore those, or in the case of One Piece, just make it a seasonal anime. Just let the anime breathe a little, so it doesn't catch up to the manga, and then we would get better paced episodes and less filler. It's crazy to think, but there has been nearly an episode of One Piece every Sunday or whenever it was scheduled originally since it started airing in 1999. But do you think a studio is going to spend money and resources to remake an anime that already is there and still making money? Would you do that? Yes, because I hope you're decent people, so decent that you guys are gonna smack the like button and also hit that subscribe button to help me become the king of the YouTubers. But seeing how these are studios and they always think with their pockets, there is always an easier way to give the fans what they want. And I think there is a happy medium to give us what we want. It wouldn't be a remake, but it would be our favorite animes with less filler and better pacing. And we have a product that already exists and a concept that we can build upon, and it's Dragon Ball Z Kai. Yes, Dragon Ball Z Kai, that is the answer. Is it the pretty answer? Nah. But it's the most realistic chance we have of getting a fillerless and good paced anime, and hopefully repackaged for us. What did you expect? Ufotable remaking your favorite anime? Let's be real. And I know what some of you guys are thinking, Kai was censored and it got rid of the blood, it sucks. Well, they did do that when it aired on Nicktoons, but on the DVD and Blu-ray releases, you have the uncut and uncensored DBZ you know and love, just this time with no filler and the pacing was fixed. Okay, I wouldn't say fixed, it just wasn't slow anymore, but sometimes it moved along too fast. Like I said, this is not the pretty answer, but that was just Dragon Ball Z Kai. Hopefully with shows like One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, if they were to get a Kai-like release, I hope that they don't make the same mistakes and they improve upon the concept. And just to be fair for Dragon Ball Z Kai, the pacing only felt really fast during the Android and Cell saga. The Saiyan and Frieza saga were actually paced really good in my opinion. And I can't comment on the Buu saga because for some reason I never bought those Blu-ray releases. But one day, I will do that. So if one day, if Toei and Parrot, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that correctly, if they wanted to cash in on a re-release, I would be down with something similar to DBZ Kai. Of course, a full-on remake would be amazing, but I really doubt we'll ever get that. We'll definitely won't get it anytime soon. I mean, Boruto is still running, so why would you re-release Naruto while that is still airing and struggling? And Bleach is adopting new content, so why would you re-release Bleach? And the One Piece, it's still a mystery, but all we know that it's real. Can we get much higher? And on the topic of One Piece, Toei has already sort of done that of remaking One Piece by condensing a bunch of its arcs into movies. Perfect for those who want to catch up to One Piece and see what all the hype is about, but they're actually paced really badly. I mean, it's not hard to understand why they have to cram episodes of content into 1.5 or even 2 hours, and things are just gonna move along crazy fast. But I won't lie, the new animation is really nice, and seeing Zoro vs Mihawk in glorious high definition is a treat, but the East Blue Saga episode movie is so bad. The movie is all over the place, it wasn't even told in sequential order. We all remember the East Blue Saga, that's where we get to meet Zoro, then Nami, then Usopp, and then finally Sanji, but in the movie it's everywhere. For example, they go in segments. They have a whole Zoro segment where they do the whole, when he gets introduced, and then it skips over to Baratie where he fights Mihawk. Don't get me wrong, it's a good fight, but it just doesn't make sense to order it in that way. All that movie was is just to know that everybody has a goal set in mind, but it's a terrible storytelling and doesn't tell the heart of One Piece. This movie made me sick to my stomach because it took the soul out of One Piece, and I definitely do not recommend it for first-time watchers of One Piece, and definitely I wouldn't even recommend it for someone that wants to rewatch moments from East Blue Saga. Just rewatch the anime. If it's your first time watch the anime, please do not watch this film. And then also the episodes of Drum Island, Alabasta, and Skypiea tell the same story in the correct sequential order, thank God, but man, it speeds over through everything and it removes the heart and it just doesn't feel right. I watched them solely to rewatch some of my favorite parts, but it felt so wrong. I took a shower to wash away the filth that was those films, and I can't imagine for someone that's starting out One Piece to watch these as a shortcut to catch up. So please just watch the anime, read the manga, do not watch these movies. Dragon Ball Z Kai had it right, man. Just get the original show, cut the filler, and fix the pacing, and then you have a pretty good package right there. Because if they were to remake Dragon Ball Z, I would imagine it would look like Dragon Ball Super, and I honestly do not like the animation, the art style for Dragon Ball Super, so I would hate a remake of Dragon Ball Z. But let's step back and wonder, do these animes truly deserve a remake? Is it worth the risk of having our classic older animes get redone and get a facelift, but what happens if it loses the magic that the original series had? And even a remake doesn't mean that the pacing will get fixed, because we have seen Dragon Ball Z Kai sometimes has pacing issues, and then the One Piece movies were a disaster, so it must be impossible to get pacing done right? And here we have One Piece, a fan-made One Piece Kai edit that cuts out all the fat, so no, it can't be that hard. So we do have the answer right there, just search up fan-made edits. But it would be nice to have an official release, hopefully upscaled, maybe widescreen, maybe, who knows, it probably would destroy the picture if we do it widescreen, but it's a nice thought. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna reiterate it again, Dragon Ball Z Kai is the answer. It's the perfect blueprint of just fixing the pacing and the filler issue, because you would not want them to remake and reanimate certain scenes. They would not be able to reanimate a classic fight like Gaara versus Lee. It would be impossible. Just leave it alone. But what the you guys think? Do you think a Kai-like remake for these classic animes would be a good choice? And yes, I know that I focus on the big three, but there's some of the longest running anime series out there and the ones that have the biggest issues with their anime adaptations. We could always get a remake for Conan Case Closed, Fairy Tail, Yu-Gi-Oh, or maybe even Gintama, or maybe just leave them alone. But let me know down in the comments down below, and if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit the like button, that will help me out a lot. And while you're at it, why not subscribe and help me become the king of the pirates, I mean the YouTubers. And I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, I appreciate you. This video probably had bad pacing, huh?